Hello and welcome to 1969 Baseball. Today the Cubs are continuing this homestand against the Houston Astros with Game 2 of a two-game series. The Cubs won Game 1 at a 5-3 decision against Houston yesterday. In today's game, we're going to see the Cubs sending Ferguson Jenkins out to the mound. Jenkins is making start number 13. He has a 3-5 record with a 3.01 ERA and a 1.17 WHIP. The Cubs lineup today will be Gosger, Beckert, Williams, Santo, Blomberg, Hundley, Banks, Kessinger, and Jenkins batting ninth. The Astros are sending Denny LeMaster out to the mound for start number 12. He has a 7-2 record with a 4.24 ERA and 1.34 WHIP. The Astros lineup will be Thomas, Menke, Mayberry, Wynn, Watson, Miller, Rader, Martinez, and LeMaster batting ninth. The wind is blowing in from right at 10 mph today as we have a beautiful 64-degree day here in Chicago. So the Cubs continuing this 8-game homestand with a day off coming up tomorrow. Jenkins is on the mound and he is facing the Astros leadoff batter, Darryl Thomas. So the Astros are coming in with a record of 30-23, second place in the West, facing off with the Cubs, who are 25-27 and are third place in the East. Jenkins on the mound with a full count. Here's the pitch, and that is strike three called right on the outside corner. So Jenkins records strikeout number one, and now Menke is the batter with one out, nobody on. One strike count, Jenkins delivers. Liner toward the first baseman, Banks has it, steps on the base, and that'll be an unassisted putout for out number two. Mayberry now the batter with two outs and nobody on. 1-2 is the count. Mayberry waiting for the pitch. Swing and a miss for strike three. Jenkins gets his second strikeout of the game. And we go to the bottom of the first of a scoreless affair. Jim Gosger now facing Denny LeMaster here in the bottom of the first inning. First pitch to Gosger. Here it comes. Popped up to left. Coming in as the left fielder on the run. He looks up and makes the catch for out number one. Glenn Beckert now the batter with one out, nobody on. 1-1 is the count. Beckert popping it up to left, only on the left side of the infield. The shortstop has it. He makes the catch for out number two. Billy Williams now the batter with two outs and nobody on. Williams waiting for the one-ball pitch. LeMaster delivering. And there's a grounder towards second. Second baseman has it, throws over to first, which will end the inning. So the Cubs go down in order. We go to the top of the second of a 0-0 ball game. Jenkins now facing Jimmy Wynn. Top of the second inning, two-strike count. Jenkins delivers. Grounder to second. Beckert has it. He throws to Banks. That is out number one. Bob Watson now the batter with one out and nobody on. 3-1 is the count. Watson waiting for the pitch. Outside for ball four. So that is the first base runner of the game for the Astros. And it brings up lefty Norm Miller with one out, nobody, or one man on base. Here's the 2-2 pitch. Jenkins looking for the sign and the delivery. Grounder to second. Beckert has it. Throws to short. Relay to first. There's a 4-6-3 double play, which will end the inning. So Jenkins faces the minimum. We go to the bottom of the second of a 0-0 tie. Santo facing LeMaster here in the bottom of the second inning. Full count. Santo grounding it past the third baseman down the left field line. That's going to be a base hit. Rounding first, heading for second. He's going to slide in with a leadoff double here in the bottom of the second inning. First base hit of the ball game for Ron Santo. And that brings up Ron Blomberg. With nobody out, runner on second. Cubs trying to break through here in the bottom of the second inning. Full count pitch. Blomberg swinging and missing for strike three. So that's the first out of the inning. Randy Hundley now the batter. One out, one man on. Hundley waiting for the 2-2 pitch. He's going to ground it to short. The runner is looked back, and the throw goes over to first for out number two. Ernie Banks now the batter with two outs and the runner on second. Banks facing LeMaster with a 1-1 count. Here is the pitch. Banks lines it. The first baseman dives and makes the catch to end the inning. So we go to the top of the third, still scoreless here at Wrigley Field. Doug Rader facing Fergie Jenkins here in the top of the third inning. 2-2 count. Jenkins delivers. Swing and a miss for strike three. So that's the first out of the inning. Third strikeout of the game for Jenkins. And now Marty Martinez the batter. One out, nobody on. 1-2 is the count. Jenkins delivers. Grounder towards short. Kessinger has it. He throws to first. That is out number 2. Denny LeMaster now the batter with 2 outs and nobody on. 1 strike count. Jenkins delivers. Grounder to third. Santo has this one. He throws over to first and the side is retired. So we go now to the bottom of the third of a 0-0 ball game. Kessinger facing LeMaster here in the bottom of the third inning. 1-2 is the count. And Kessinger lines that one right at the third baseman. That's out number 1. Jenkins now the batter with 1 out, nobody on. Here is the first pitch to Ferguson Jenkins. He's going to ground it over to second. Picked up and thrown over to first. That is going to be out number 2. Record that one 4-3 in your scorebook. Jim Gosger now batting with 2 outs and nobody on. 2 strike count. Gosger popping it up behind first base. Calling for it is the first baseman, Mayberry, who makes the catch to end the inning. We're going down to the top of the 4th. Still scoreless here at Wrigley Field. Jenkins facing Darryl Thomas in the top of the 4th inning. 2-2 count. Jenkins delivering the pitch. There's a grounder toward the third base side. Santo has it, but there's no throw. The speedy Darryl Thomas is going to beat that out for an infield single. That is the Astros' first base hit of this ball game. And now Jenkins facing Darryl Menke. With nobody out and the runner on first. Here's the 1 strike count. The runner goes. The throw goes down to second, and he is out. So Hundley has thrown on 11 base runners this season. Jenkins now facing Menke with 1 out, nobody on. Here's the 1-2 count, and there's a swing and a miss for strike 3. So that's the second out of the inning, 4th strikeout of the day for Ferguson Jenkins. Mayberry now the batter, 2 outs and nobody on. Jenkins working with a full count. Here comes the pitch. Popped up to left. Billy Williams chasing toward the line, looking up and making the catch for out number 3. So, the Astros do not score. We go to the bottom of the 4th of a 0-0 contest. Glenn Beckert leading off for the Cubs here in the bottom of the 4th inning. 1 ball count. And Beckert pops it up to center. Coming in as the center fielder. He puts it away for out number 1. LeMaster now facing Williams with 1 out, nobody on. Here's a 2 strike count and the pitch. Driven into center field, over the center fielder's head, going all the way to the wall. Billy Williams going to have extra bases as he slides into second with a 1 out double. And now, Ron Santo comes up to the plate with 1 out, runner in scoring position here in the bottom of the 4th inning. 1 ball count. Santo grounds it over to third. The runner is looked back. The throw goes to first, and that is out number 2. Ron Blomberg now the batter with 2 outs and the runner on second. Still a scoreless ball game here. Blomberg waiting for the 1-1 pitch, and he grounds that one to short. Picked up and thrown over to first. That'll end the inning. So the Cubs strand a runner. We go to the top of the 5th of a 0-0 ball game. Jenkins facing Jim Wynn here in the top of the 5th inning. Full count. Jenkins delivers the pitch. Swing and a miss for strike 3. Jenkins gets strikeout number 5, and that is the first out of the 5th inning. Bob Watson now batting. 1 out, nobody on. Here is the pitch from Jenkins, and there's a drive into center field. Diving is Gosger. He makes the one-handed catch for the second out of the inning. Norm Miller now batting with 2 outs and nobody on. Here's the 2 strike count and the pitch to Miller, and that is strike 3 called right at the knees. So Jenkins gets strikeout number 6. We go to the bottom of the 5th of a 0-0 affair. Randy Hundley going to lead off for the Cubs here in the bottom of the 5th inning. 2 strike count. Hundley lining that one into left field, right at the left fielder Wynn. He makes a few steps to his left and puts it away for out number 1. Ernie Banks now the batter with 1 out, nobody on. Here's the pitch to Ernie Banks. Grounder to second, picked up, thrown over to first. That is out number 2. Don Kessinger now the batter with 2 outs and nobody on. Kessinger waiting for the first pitch from LeMaster. There's a grounder to short. The throw goes over to first, and that will end the inning. So the Cubs go down in order. We go to the top of the 6th of a 0-0 ball game. Jenkins coming out to face the lower third of the Astros lineup in the top half of the 6th inning. Here's a full count pitch from Jenkins. There's a pop-up to right. Blomberg coming in on the run. He looks up and puts it away for out number 1. Marty Martinez now the batter with 1 out, nobody on. Here comes the pitch to Martinez. Popped up to left this time. Williams tracking toward the line. He looks up and makes the catch for out number 2. That is not what I wanted to do. Now the pitcher, Denny LeMaster, comes up with 2 outs and nobody on. 2-2 count. LeMaster lines that one into right. On the run, Blomberg makes the catch, which ends the inning. We go to the bottom of the 6th. It's still 0-0 here in Chicago. Fergie Jenkins is set to lead off. He's thrown 79 pitches. And he's really looked good today. I feel like he's probably got a couple more innings in him. Plus, if we look at our bullpen, we could really probably stand to get another inning or 2 out of Ferguson Jenkins. So Jenkins facing LeMaster here in the bottom of the 6th inning. 2-2 count. Here's the pitch. Grounder to third. The throw goes over to first, and that is out number 1. Next up, Jim Gosger with 1 out, nobody on. Lefty versus lefty. Gosger waiting for the 2-2 pitch. There's a grounder up the middle. The second baseman has it. He dives. He makes the play. The throw goes over to first from his knees, and that is out number 2. Glenn Beckert now the batter with 2 outs and nobody on. LeMaster facing Beckert with a 2-1 count. And a grounder towards second again. This time a routine play. It goes over to first, and that ends the inning. So we go to the top of the 7th. It is a 0-0 ball game. Jenkins facing Darryl Thomas here in the top of the 7th inning. 1-2 is the count. Jenkins delivers. There's a check swing for strike 3. So strikeout number 7 for Ferguson Jenkins. And we have 1 out in the 7th inning. We go on now. Dennis Menke comes up with 1 out, nobody on. Here's the 2-strike count and the pitch from Jenkins. There's a liner down the right field line. That is going to be a base hit. Gosger gets it back, Blomberg gets it back into the second baseman. That is a 1-out single. And Jenkins now will face John Mayberry. And we are going to warm up a reliever. In this case, it is going to be the righty, Ted Abernathy. We're going to visit the mound. Jenkins is going to say, I'm not even close to being tired, but we know that's not exactly true. So Jenkins now facing Mayberry with 1 out, 1 man on in the top of the 7th inning. Here comes the pitch from Jenkins, and a drive into center field on the run. Gosger makes another amazing play in center field for out number 2. Jim Wynn now the batter with 2 outs and the runner on first. Here is the pitch from Ferguson Jenkins, and a pop up to center. This time going back, it'll be a routine play. At the wall, the catch is made by Gosger to end the inning. It's time to stretch here in Chicago. We go to the bottom of the 7th, still tied at 0. Billy Williams going to lead off for the Cubs here in the bottom of the 7th inning. Williams waiting for the first pitch. Here it comes. Grounder to first. Picked up. Flipped to the pitcher covering, and that is out number 1. Next up, Ron Santo with 1 out, nobody on. Here's a 2-2 count, and the pitch to Santo. There's a swing and a miss for strike 3. So Santo is the second out of the inning. Brings up Ron Blomberg. 2 outs and nobody on. LeMaster working with a 1-2 count. Here is the pitch, and a drive, deep right field, going back toward the wall as the center fielder. He makes the catch to end the inning. So the Cubs go down in order. We go to the top of the 8th, still scoreless in Chicago. And we need to get Abernathy back up. He is ready to come into this game. Excellent. So Ferguson Jenkins' day is going to be over. He has thrown 92 pitches on short rest in today's game. 7 innings of shutout baseball. And now Abernathy will be brought into the game here in the top of the 8th inning. Abernathy has thrown 13 innings, walked 4, struck out 7, and has an ERA of 69 cents. Abernathy facing Watson, who is 0 for 1 today. Here's the 1-strike count. Abernathy looking to deliver the pitch. Here's the sign and the delivery. Popped up to right. Blomberg on the run toward the line. He's going to play it on a hop. That's a leadoff single, a bloop hit down the right field line. And now Norm Miller is the batter. With nobody out, runner on first. Abernathy working with a 2-2 count. Here comes the pitch. Swing and a miss for strike 3. So Abernathy strikes out Miller for the first out of the inning. And now Doug Rader the batter. 1 out, 1 man on. Rader waiting for the full count pitch. Here it comes. Popped up to right. This time Blomberg is going to get under it. He looks up and makes the catch for out number 2. Marty Martinez now the batter with 2 outs and the runner still on first. Abernathy working with a 2-2 count. Here's the pitch. Grounder to second. The throw goes over to first. That will end the inning. So a scoreless 8th inning. We go to the bottom of the 8th now of a 0-0 tie. Randy Hundley is going to lead off against Denny LeMaster. And the Cubs are going to warm up the lefty Hamilton. No, actually, we're going to warm up the lefty Brewer to pitch in the 9th inning. And then we will also warm up the righty well, do we really have good options? I guess Diego Segui is going to be the righty that we're going to warm up, because these other guys, I don't know how much, like Dick Bates, I don't really trust him. So we're going to warm up Diego Segui also to potentially pitch in the 9th inning. Randy Hundley leading off for the Cubs against the lefty LeMaster here in the bottom of the 8th. 2-1 is the count. Hundley grounding that one over to third. The throw goes over to first, and that is out number 1. Ernie Banks now the batter with 1 out, nobody on. 2-strike count. Banks popping that one up to right. Hit it to the opposite field off the end of the bat, and the right fielder makes the play for out number 2. That brings up Don Kessinger with 2 outs and nobody on. LeMaster working with the 2-strike count. Here comes the pitch. And a drive into right field. That's going to be off the wall. Kessinger heading for extra bases. He will head into second with a stand-up double. So with 2 outs in the bottom of the 8th inning, the Cubs have the go-ahead run on second base. And now it's time for a pinch hitter. The pitcher's spot is up. Wes Parker is going to be asked to come off the bench and potentially drive in the go-ahead run. Parker facing LeMaster here in the bottom of the 8th inning with 2 outs and the runner in scoring position. Here's the first pitch to Wes Parker, and that is an intentional walk, so he heads down to first. And now Jim Gosger is going to be the batter, and Gosger is going to face LeMaster with 2 outs, runners on first and second in the bottom of the 8th inning. Gosger waiting for the first pitch, and he's going to drive that one to left field. That's going to drop for a base hit. Rounding third and heading home is the runner. The throw comes home, and he is safe. So the Cubs take a 1-0 lead in the bottom of the 8th inning. The 2-out RBI single by Jim Gosger gives the Cubs the lead. It brings up Glenn Beckert with 2 outs, runners on first and second. Bottom of the 8th inning. Here's the first pitch to Glenn Beckert. There's a pop up to right. That's going to drop in for a base hit. 1 run is going to score. The ball rattles around in right field. 2 runs are going to score. Glenn Beckert is going to have a triple, and the Cubs now have a 3-0 lead going into the top of the 9th inning. That is a 2-run RBI triple for Glenn Beckert, and it brings up Billy Williams. 2 outs, runner 90 feet away. Williams facing LeMaster with a 1-1 count. And Williams lines that one right at the shortstop, which will end the inning. So we go to the top of the 9th. The Cubs are up by 3. And now we are going to have, so they're sending a lefty up to pinch hit, which means that Brewer will be the one brought in to pitch. Parker will play first. Segui will sit down, but he will be on standby in the event that we need him. Now, Brewer coming in to this ball game, he's thrown 25 2/3 innings, 14 walks, 25 strikeouts, and a 4.21 ERA. Brewer is going to face the lefty pinch hitter John Delancek. John Delancek? Yes, I'm having a hard time pronouncing that name. So, Brewer working, top of the 9th inning. Cubs up by 3. Here's a 2-1 count. Brewer looking for the sign and delivering the pitch. Grounder towards second. Beckert has it. He throws to first. That is out number 1. Darryl Thomas now the batter with 1 out, nobody on base. 1 strike count. Brewer looking to deliver the pitch. Liner right back at the mound, and Thomas lines out to the pitcher Brewer for the 2nd out of the inning. Menke now the batter with 2 outs and nobody on. 2-2 count. Menke waiting for the pitch. There's a swing and a miss for strike 3, and the ball game is over. The Cubs are victorious, waving the white flag here in Chicago today as Ron Santo is clicking his heels over at third base. The Cubs getting 3 runs on 5 hits with no errors. The Astros being shut out. No runs, 3 hits, and no errors. Ferguson Jenkins threw 7 innings of 2-hit, 1-walk baseball with 7 strikeouts. However, he does not earn the win. Abernathy gets the win out of the bullpen with a scoreless inning of relief, and Brewer gets his 4th save of the season. Denny LeMaster suffers the loss. He drops to 7-3. He threw 8 innings of 5-hit, 3-run baseball with 1 walk and 2 strikeouts. The player of today's game is the Cubs' Ferguson Jenkins. The Cubs improved to 28-25 as the Astros dropped to 30-24. Thank you for watching 1969 Baseball.